Good evening. Here is the news at 9. First, the highlight. Lagos State Governor tasked residents on positive expression, gratitude despite challenges. Federal government orders Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission to withdraw licenses of non-performing distribution companies. And on the foreign scene, India's government sets to enact controversial citizenship law. And in sport, Super Falcons to host South Africa's Bayana in first leg of Olympic final qualifying fixture. Now the news in details. I am Timmy Dayo Anthony. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has urged residents, particularly Muslim faithfuls, to always express positivity and gratitude despite the abounding challenges. Governor Sanwo-Olu made the call during the State House 2024 special Ramadan prayer with the theme, Allah will not change the way of a people until they change what is in their heart, drawn from Quran chapter 13 verse 11. The governor, who reiterated his administration's commitment to alleviate the people's plight, charged religious leaders to implore their congregation's support for his Theme Plus agenda, which aimed to achieve a greater Lagos for all.
We'll continue to work with all of you, with different stakeholders, to ensure that the difficult moments that we have as a country will overcome. I want to pray that as we have started this one, we will all have the ability to end it well after 29 or 30 days. And we'll have the power and the strength and the opportunity to even come in subsequent years.
In his welcome address, Commissioner for Home Affairs, Ibrahim Layode, implored Muslim faithfuls to remember Lagos and Nigeria in their prayers and that Allah turn around the challenging times facing the country. Layode also urged them to shun practices that would deprive them from the blessings of Ramadan, embrace tolerance and love for all, regardless of religion.
And this challenging time, through our collective supplication, Almighty Allah will turn our present socio-economic challenge facing us as a nation into national prosperity. We should also give more than a fleeting thought for the less privileged amongst us by opening our hands in almsgiving.
Speaking on the theme for 2024 Ramadan prayer, Chief Imam of Lagos, Sheikh Sulaiman Abunola, noted that the much-needed change the society craves for must start from individual attitude and values. Prayers were offered for President Bola Tinubu, Governor Sanwo-Olu and the First Family, Deputy Governor and his family, the State Executive Council, the Speaker and Legislative Arm, Chief Judge and the Judiciary, Head of Service, the Public Service and all Lagosians. The Lagos State government has declared zero tolerance for any form of environmental infractions from residents of the state. Corps Marshal of Lagos Environmental Sanitation Corps, LAGSC, Olani Iko, said that this during a press briefing on the state of environmental compliance among residents. Corps said the agency remains the premier environmental enforcement agency of the state, which is domiciled under the State Ministry of Environmental and Water Resources to ensure general cleanliness around the metropolis. He said, in line with the Theme Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, which aimed at making Lagos habitable for businesses, the agency has been able to carry out enforcement operations and conduct a cleanup of all pedestrian bridges across the state. Cole noted that the agency also arrested miscreants that converted pedestrian bridges to lay siege on unsuspecting pedestrians, discouraging them from the use of the bridge for safety.
Ensure that people don't build or sell on walkways, and ensure that any market that is not properly cleaned, we have action that will take against them. And those one crossing, my boys, the kind people, they are on the way. Once you are caught, they'll bring you, like some they sentence them 1 month, some are made to pay fine, whereas some are made to do some community job. So with time, maybe our orientation to start changing.
Cole also urged media to support the agency as it embarks on enforcement for cleaner Lagos, while advising Lagosians to desist from street trading, open defecation and building of structures on lay-by. Still in Lagos State, the Lagos State House of Assembly has called on Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to increase the personnel in the Lagos Neighborhood Safety Corps to effectively assist other security agencies as incidents of kidnapping spread across some states of the Federation. The House also commended President Bola Tinubu for his favorable disposition to the issue of state police, just as it praised the wife of the president, Oluremi Tinubu, for raising a voice and advocating for capital punishment as a deterrent. The issue, which was discussed under the matter of urgent public importance, followed the recent kidnapping of about 280 children in Kaduna, 102 in Borno State, and 15 in Sokoto. Noting that the case of the Chibok girls were yet to abate, Speaker of the House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, said it was very important for every Nigerian to raise up and speak against kidnapping, just as he sympathized with affected states and families of victims. Obasa said it was painful that while parents struggle to send their children to school to seek knowledge, evil people in the name of kidnappers are hell-bent on destroying the future of the children. The Speaker commended the military for its efforts, but said more can be done even if it means relocating to areas where these attacks are frequent. He recalled the situation that necessitated the enactment of the anti-kidnapping law of Lagos State some years ago, urging the National Assembly to review existing laws relating to kidnapping and expedite action under state police. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has issued marching orders to its agencies regulating the power sector, directing the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission to withdraw licenses of non-performing electricity distribution companies, DISCOs. The government accused the DISCOs of not doing enough to improve supply despite the availability of power on the national grid. Minister of Power, Dayo Adelabu, who said that this during a meeting with the head of agencies in Abuja, said the distribution segments remain the weakest link in the electricity supply value chain. Adelabu stressed that NERC must look for creative ways of getting the DISCOs to improve supply, including the imposition of stiff sanctions on utilities which will fail to pick their allocation and outright cancellation of licenses. The Senate has inaugurated an ad hoc committee to investigate the ways and means and the anchor borrowers program of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. The move was led by President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, and other senators. It comes after a decision by the Red Chamber to probe details of the program based on monies given to state government, manufacturers, aviation, banks, excess funding in the power sector, amongst others, which raised the current debt profile of the country. This was part of resolutions of the Senate after a debate over the report of the National Assembly Joint Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions, Finance, National Planning, Agriculture, and Appropriation on the Senate State of the Economy. The judiciary staff in Osun State have returned to work following the suspension of the 3-month strike embarked upon by the state chapter of the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria. This is in compliance with the directive of its executive to resume on March 7. The judiciary workers in the state had embarked on strike on November 2023 to press for better condition of services, among other demands. And on the foreign scene, India's government has announced plans to enact a controversial citizenship law that have been criticized for being anti-Muslim. The Citizenship Amendment Act will allow non-Muslim religious minorities from Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan to seek citizenship. The authorities said it will help those facing persecution. The law was passed in 2019, sparking mass protests in which scores of people died and many more were arrested. According to the country's Home Affairs Minister, Amit Sahad, rules for it were not drawn up from the wake of unrest, but are being seen. And now to sport. Nigeria will host reigning African champions South Africa in the first leg of Women's Olympic Football Tournament final qualifying fixture. The encounter, which holds at MKO Abiola Stadium, Abuja on Friday, 5th of April will kick off by 4 p.m. Algeria referee Gada Mehat will be the referee as Mehat's compatriots Assam Ferry Oab and Lamina Asman will be in the roles of assistant referee and 1 and 4th official, while Miriam Chedat from Mauritania will serve as assistant referee too. Senegalese Faudana Dia, a former FIFA referee, will be referee assessor, while Ghanaian Christine Ziga will serve as commissioner. The return leg schedule for South Africa will hold on Tuesday, 9th of April. Just before we go, always make use of pedestrian bridges where available. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X, formerly Twitter, Traffic Radio 961. Instagram, Lagos Traffic 961. Watch us live on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. And on YouTube, please subscribe and watch all our previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration constructed towers with alarm bells and perimeter fencing in model colleges? You can get more details on Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has urged residents, particularly Muslim faithful, to always express positivity and gratitude despite the abounding challenges. The federal government has issued marching orders to its agencies regulating the power sector, directing the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission to withdraw licenses of non-performing electricity distribution companies, DISCOs. We also told you that India's government has announced plans to enact a controversial citizenship law that has been criticized for being anti-Muslim. And in sports, Nigeria will host reigning African champions, South Africa, in the first leg of the Women's Olympic Football Tournament's final qualifying fixture at MKO Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, on Friday, 5th of April. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagostate.gov.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Aderayo Iduwolaya. I am Dayo Anthony. Many thanks for listening.